Hey, I'm Anastasia, a mobility and strength coach, and today we're going to do a follow along mobility routine to improve your posture. So this is great to counteract all the sitting and hunching over our phones and computers that we do. And it's a great introduction to backbending, a very complex mobility skill, and that's super important for not only opening up your chest, but for strengthening your back muscles. So a common misconception that people have is that bad posture just comes from chest tightness, but it's not only tightness, but actually upper back weakness. So we're gonna do 2 in 1. Stretch and open up the front of the body and strengthen the back of the body. The tools you'll need today are a foam roller, some lightweight. I have 5 pounds and 10 pounds. You won't need more than 10 pounds. And honestly, if you're tight and not very strong, I would recommend going lighter. And 2 yoga blocks at least. And if you have it as well, or if you don't have it, then just find something that's kind of similar, is a bench, a chair, maybe the bed or the couch. We just need some elevation to elevate your hands. Be creative with what you have available to you. Doesn't have to be a big deal. And hope you're ready to start. First part we're gonna start is some neck exercises to open up the neck. So oftentimes our neck gets tight, our upper traps get tight, and this can cause us pain. So we're gonna start off there. First one is super chill. We're just gonna do a few neck circles to bring some movement into this area. So bring your chin to your chest, circle the head around. Your legs could be sitting whatever way is comfortable for you. You can be sitting on a chair, it doesn't really matter. We're gonna do 10 one direction. Trying to look up and going as far as you can each direction, keeping your shoulders down. And then we're gonna go the other way. And even better if you're aware of what your shoulders are doing. So oftentimes they'll want to lift up. So it's good if you can push down into the floor, or if you're sitting on a chair, hold on to the bottom of the chair, just to help promote the shoulders going down. And we're gonna finish up the neck circles, come back normal. And next we're gonna do neck PNF, for side bending your neck. In PNF, there's always 2 parts. There's gonna be the contracting the muscle we're stretching before we stretch it. So you're gonna place your hand beside your head, and your head and your hand are gonna push against each other as hard as possible. So we're gonna do that together, and push as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then using my other hand, I'm gonna grab around towards the ear and pull it down. With the same side hand, I'm pushing down into the floor to help stretch this area out. And then during the stretch as well, if you would like, you can bring your chin down to the floor, circling, and then up to the ceiling. So we get different angles of the neck. You're not just stretching the same side. Doing that a couple more times. Nice. And then, again, you're gonna bring your hand to your head, and we're gonna push for 5 seconds as hard as you can for set number 2. And go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, again, hand down. Same position. We're gonna bring the head over, but this time, instead of going side to side, what we're gonna do is open and close the jaw. So you're gonna open your mouth as wide as you can. I can't really talk properly, and then close. And again, we're getting different areas of the neck. And also, if you clench your jaw a lot, you're gonna get neck tightness. So it's good to help relax the jaw, to relieve some of that neck tightness. One more time. And 3rd time's the charm. So we're gonna do it again. You're gonna push and go. 5, 4. Even better if you push so hard so you're shaking because of how hard you're pushing. And relax. And I'll give you the option to play with one of the other ones we did before. Either you circle the neck, down or up, or you open and close the jaw, or you do both at the same time. How about that? And where it feels the most painful is where it's tightest, so that's actually where you need to stay and not avoid it. So usually where it's easy, we're already open and flexible there, so that area doesn't need it as much. So we want to find the tightest spot and stay there. Nice. And obviously we have to do the other side because we can't neglect the whole other half of our head. And we're gonna push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Grab the ear, pull over. And remember the first part we did? You're gonna look down towards the floor, up towards the ceiling. Opening up the neck, getting all different angles. Trying to go as far as you can up and as far as you can down. The tighter you are, the less movement there will be, but over time as you open up, you'll find you're able to get further and further. So don't worry. And one more time. Sweet. And again, for set number 2 on the side, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Pull over, pushing the palm into the floor. And we're opening and closing the jaw. Drawing the shoulder down. Sweet. All right, last one. And let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chill, palm on the floor, pushing down. And now, honestly, I like combining the two. I like this idea. I just made it up now, but you know, it actually works really well. Again, trying to find the tightest area, maybe holding there a little bit longer, depending where you need it. Sweet. And we're also gonna do the front of our chest. So what I want you to do is like grab the skin under your collarbones and you're gonna pin it down. And again, it's hard to talk with this because we're gonna be doing stuff with our jaw, but basically, I'm gonna imagine I have like an underbite and I'm pushing my jaw forwards and back. Like that. So hopefully you can see that. But we're gonna do it with your head facing up. So I'm pinning the skin down. I'm gonna look up. And then when I get here to the top, I'm gonna lift my jaw forwards and relax. So I'm jetting it out and then bringing it back. We're gonna do that 10 times. We'll count this as 1. 4 more. Nice. Yeah, so it's very hard to breathe and talk in that position, obviously, but it's great for opening up the front of the neck and preventing that double chin people get from being hunched over. Nobody likes that, that's not cute. So that's great to work on that. Next movement we're doing is a hip extension side reach. And you're gonna need your yoga blocks. You're gonna need one on each side. If you're tighter, start off higher. The more flexible you are, the lower we can put the blocks. But honestly, especially when I'm starting with this, I always end up putting it high and then going down anyways as I feel my body opens up. And they match my outfit. So hopefully yours match too. It makes life, you know, a little bit brighter and happier. So you're gonna push down with one palm, squeeze the butt, bring the hips forward, reach out to the side, go down, put your hands on the other block, and go up to the other side. So that's the move. You're going down each time you're doing this. And if this is easy to push down and reach the block, then you can graduate to the next level and make it lower. What you don't want is if you're trying to reach over and like you're barely reaching, like it's your fingertips and you're kind of like not able to reach it, because then we don't get a good push. You want to be able to like push down hard into it so you can actually open things up. And so we're bending, pushing down as hard as you can, squeezing your butt. And one more thing to be careful of here is if you're closing the angle. So again, this probably means your yoga block's too low, but you want to be fully on your side, not closing down the chest, or also avoiding stretching the side, which is the whole point of why we're doing this. So we've got to open up the lower back and QL, because oftentimes people get lower back pain from sitting for a long period of time because it just tightens up. So we need to open it up through different side bending motions. And one more time on the side. Nice. So that's the side reach. We're gonna move on to the next exercise, which is T-spine over the foam roller or over the yoga blocks. Honestly, I like to switch things up a bit and do both. So for this, we're gonna start with the foam roller. What's nice about it, it goes with the curve of your spine. And this is where you're gonna have to bring in your light weight. I recommend if you've never done this before, and you probably haven't if you're watching this, to start off light, and you can always go heavier. We're gonna put the foam roller under our shoulder blades. Or if you're a girl, it's kind of easier, like where the bottom of your bra is, that's where you wanna put it. And you're lying down on top of it. And feet are bent flat on the floor. This ensures we're not gonna compensate with our lower back, but we're gonna teach our upper back to bend over the wheel, or over the foam roller, I mean. So you're gonna hold the dumbbell in each hand, straight arms, make sure they don't bend, and I'm gonna go down, look up, oh, nice crack. That's the self-chiropractor treatment, and come back up. If your arms bend when you go down like this, that means the weight's too heavy. So that means you probably use a 10-pound and you need to go lighter. Honestly, if you don't even have a weight, you can just like grab a heavy water bottle or like anything you have at home and do this with it. What you're trying to think about when you go down is squeezing your shoulder blades together to stick your chest out. So I'm gonna show you what I mean, is you're really trying to squeeze them back. It's harder when your arms are overhead, but that's the action we're trying to go for. Because again, we want to engage our upper back muscles to open up our posture. If they're not engaging, then you're going to stay hunched over. So it's not about just stretching, but contracting the back. So do one more time. The rep, maybe we'll do a couple more. The more the better. Hopefully you're not too tired. Squeezing, coming up. Engaging the lower abs, so they should be pulled in to support your lower back. And coming up. And we're gonna do both of these exercises again. So we're gonna go back to the side bend. We're gonna do it one more time, 10 reps on each side. What's nice about doing a second set is we can go deeper than we normally go. So it's like the first set, you know, you're starting to open things up. So set up your box beside you, push down, reach over. But then the second set, you can go deeper than you've gone before. And honestly, if you have time, you can even do a third or fourth set. In this video, we're just gonna do 2 sets today. But again, the more the better for this. I find it's a common mistake when people are stretching, is they'll only do it one time, but you're just starting to get into it. You don't actually go deeper to create long-lasting change. So we wanna repeat it multiple times. And if you find it boring, then honestly just like put on some TV, watch something you like, maybe another YouTube video that you think is cool, but not right now. Like if you ever do this by yourself in the future. All right, so that's hopefully 10 on each side. Obviously I wasn't counting because I was talking to you guys. And we're gonna go back to our little foam roller exercise. I'm gonna show you a different variation of it with the yoga blocks. So as we can see, this is higher, so it's gonna be more intense. But we like that. So what allows you to graduate to the higher height is if you're able to touch the floor, the weight to the floor pretty easy, and didn't feel like much, then probably means you need a bit more. So again, that edge is like where the bottom of your sports bar is or the bottom of your shoulder blades. Same position, holding the weight between my hands. I'm gonna reach, squeeze, look up. Oh yeah, the crack happened again because we went deeper, and then come back. So you're gonna reach the weight up, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears. It's okay here. We want it to support our shoulders. You're gonna squeeze the shoulder blades together, make sure the elbows don't bend, and come up. And actually, we're gonna hold this time. So after you get to your lowest position, you're gonna look up at the weight. We're gonna keep reaching, keep squeezing the shoulders back, and we're gonna hold. It's gonna be hard to breathe here, that's normal. As you open up and you get better at these deep back bending positions, it'll be more comfortable to breathe, but we're not belly breathing and no diaphragmatic breathing, you're actually trying to breathe in your chest. So my abs are engaged, and I'm trying to breathe and open up through my collarbone. So with every inhale, push the weight away. With every exhale, squeeze the back muscles and repeat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, engage the abs, squeeze. And you're probably dying, so we're gonna come up. But if you want, a good benchmark to work towards is doing that for a minute. And again, doing multiple sets if you have the time. So that's a little weighted T-spine over the foam roller or over the yoga blocks. And now we have the grand finale. You've probably heard of cat and cow. It's a very common movement, especially if you do yoga classes or things like that. But we're gonna do it a little bit harder because we're gonna incorporate the shoulders. And this is where you're gonna need to bring in your chair or whatever. Ta-da! We have our chair. So, chair. We're gonna bring our hands right on the edge. Walk the knees back so they're right under your hips. So what we don't want is like the knees to be too close to the chest because there's no space. It's blocking you from moving. So you need it to be under the hips. So our palms are down, and then we're gonna start our cat-cow. So abs pulled in, engage. I'm gonna look towards my hands and start bending upper back, middle back, lower back bends last, and then we're gonna go the other way. What's important when we go the other way, again, upper back, middle back, lower back, is we don't let the armpits lift up. So notice, as I'm flexing my spine, my armpits stay low. What's incorrect is when people go up and see how my shoulders are above my hands. That's not good, because then we're avoiding the shoulder stretch. But I'm trying to go down as low as I can with my armpits when I arch my back. And then when I start hunching, I'm trying to push my armpits down and keep low. So only my spine is moving, not actually my shoulders. I feel like sometimes for people, they have trouble differentiating the difference between their shoulders and their spine. And it does take practice, so that's okay. But you want to go slow and really pay attention. What part of my body is actually moving? All right, and I'm going to shake that one off, take a little baby break. I'm going to do a harder version of that. So, well, not harder, just a little bit different and more intense on the shoulders. So, technically it's the same exercises, but we're progressively doing harder and harder variations. So it's similar to doing multiple sets of the exercise. For this one, we will need our yoga block again. And we're going to get the edge of your chair right here. So our arms are going to be straight, pinky side down, and I'm trying to think of bringing my elbows together and squishing the block as hard as I can. It's hard to see it when I'm actually doing it, but I'm actually, I swear, trying to squish it as hard as possible. So here, my arms are straight, knees under the hips, and because of where the position is, my forearms aren't going to be touching the bench or the chair. Because of the angle of my elbows being right on the edge, they should be diagonally going up. And then again, same idea with the spine is you're going to start arching. I'm looking towards the yoga block, I'm squishing it, and then I'm trying to keep the armpits low, and I hunch my back. And then again, look up towards the block, arch, I'm squeezing my shoulders together, and hunch. Again, it might be hard to breathe, that's normal. Try your best to take deep breaths into the chest. And everything that we kept in mind in the exercises where you were lying over the foam roller with the weight, you want to keep in mind here. So I'm reaching on my inhale and on my exhale, I'm really trying to squeeze my back muscles when I go down. Let's do 2 more. Arching, squeeze the shoulders together, reach the yoga block away and squish it. And then hunch, keep the shoulders low, open up the armpits. Yeah. Okay, why we did the one with the foam roller under the back or the yoga block under the back is because when it's under your back, it's easy to feel. So you can really focus on engaging and pushing your chest outwards. But without that object on your body, it's a little bit harder. This is why we're doing this one after, because you need to remember of feeling that area. When there's nothing there, it's hard to feel it. But over time and practice, you'll be able to feel it more and increase that mind-body connection. So that's what we're trying to focus on here, is really squeezing the shoulders together. So last one, we're gonna bend our elbows 90 degrees, and we're gonna still use our yoga block. Again, your elbows are gonna want to move away, so I'm trying to keep them tight and bring them in. That's why we have this. So I'm squishing it, which helps me to bring the elbows in. The elbows are right on the edge, bent 90 degrees. And look up, because when you look down, it hunches the back, so it's harder to open up the back. Knees under my hips, And you're gonna find with this version of it, it feels like you're barely moving. So I'm still arching and I'm still hunching, but because it's a deeper position, you're gonna find you're just barely moving, like a creaky door. But that's okay. It's still helping us to open up and get lower. Same principles always is when we flex, don't go up high like this. Stay low with the armpits. And then when you arch, squeeze the shoulders together, which might be hard to feel in this position, but you're always trying to focus on that. Inhaling, exhaling, trying to move with the breath. Let's do 2 more. Nice. Oh, I feel better already. And honestly, even for me, I can do some crazy advanced backbending movements, but these are staples forever that I always do. They're part of my warm-up. They're a good daily routine to do if you want something to do after a work day or in between your lunch break from all the sitting. And hopefully you feel nice and refreshed. You're able to hold yourself up taller, because the way we carry ourselves and present ourselves in this world does matter. And you want to be able to choose how you carry yourself. You don't want to be forced to be in this position and then like, fuck, I wish I can like do good posture, but like I have to stay hunched over. But you want to be able to have the choice. Do I need to hunch over in this moment? Maybe if you're boxing to protect your face. Or am I trying to enter a room where I don't know anybody and I want to show, you know, I'm confident, I'm not shy. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this makes you feel good. Sign up if you want to see more videos like this. I'd love to hear your comments and feedback, how you felt after doing this video. And hope this helps you to get swollen flexy. Bye.